All right, and recording is up. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing, man?
Good, pretty good. Um, should we just hop right in?
I love to just hop right in. No rules.
No rules.
Whatever you'd like to talk about or ask.
All right. Okay, so kind of my first one here is how do you think that the voters who have really only got into politics this election cycle because of Trump will affect the next election cycle? Like the big people that didn't even care about Trump that much in 2016, but really hopped on that train. How do you think they'll just kind of fizzle out, or they'll stay hard GOP, or?
Well, my hope, Judah, is that they stay involved. Look, Trump sucks. He's a horrible, horrible human being. But the beautiful thing about Trump is he got a lot of people engaged, right? Got a lot of people involved. The resistance. And to be fair to Trump, he brought a lot of his people out as well. Look, the more people who are engaged and informed in this democracy, the better, man. My hope is that they stay involved and stay engaged.
Nice. You've said that you think it'll be the party of Trump, but do you think he'll just be like a symbolic figurehead, or they're going to stick with his same sorts of policies?
Here's the deal, Judah. Republicans have no say in this. It's up to Trump. If Trump wants to be the nominee in 24, he's going to be the nominee. And nobody in that stupid party can stop him. If he just wants to be a figurehead, he'll be a figurehead. He will do whatever he wants to do because he owns the party now. It's up to him. It's his call. Mitch McConnell, Rand Paul, Ted Cruz, all of these guys, they have no say in the matter. It's whatever Trump wants to do. The party is his.
Yeah.
And it sucks, but that's the way it is.
Very important. And it sucks. In the 2020 election, we saw a bunch of conservatives and Republicans go for Biden. There were whole groups that were, Republicans against Trump, da-di-da-di-da. Do you think a lot of them are going to go back to the GOP next election cycle?
No, I don't. I know most of these guys, and I know I'm not alone. Look, I'm a lifelong Republican. I left the party 8 months ago. I'm done. I'll never go back. I don't think I'm alone. I look at the party, what we just said, it's Trump's party now. I want nothing to do with that party. That's an ugly, intolerant party. So I think most of us will never go back to the Republican Party. Some might go with the Democratic Party and try to become like centrist Democrats. I don't like either political party. It's not where I am. I think, Judah, that where we are right now historically, I think, and I got to watch my language, don't I? I'll watch my language.
Yeah, for just so it can be posted on the site. Personally,
No, I know, Judah. I'll be good. I'll watch my language. Here's the deal. I think this two-party duopoly that has dominated American politics for 166 years, I think it's breaking up. I think eventually you're going to see a third viable party somewhere in the middle.
Okay. Yeah, that was kind of that was my next question is, you think it's just going to be a third party that's more of a centrist populist party, or is it going to be the left fracturing into two and the right fracturing into two? Or probably mirrored for you, but you get the idea.
Judah, great question, man. And I like the way you phrase that. So here's the deal. You got the Republican Party, that's now the Trump Party. It's become extreme and it's shrinking and dying. You've got the Democratic Party. They got their own problems. And I respect the Democratic Party. I'm not a Democrat, but they defended democracy this year. But I see them continuing to go left. Most Americans are right here. They want to get stuff done, common sense solutions to our problems. They're tired of both extremes. So I think kind of a common sense, somewhere in the middle, let's get stuff done. Let's be tolerant of everybody. but with a populist kind of a bent, because most Americans are tired of both political parties. But I think that's where it's going to be, in the middle.
Okay. Yeah, good to know. Thank you. Do you think that a third centrist party would be able to win, let's say even just governor levels in 2024? Or do you think it's going to take longer or sooner?
So I think, Judah, what you'll see is, I don't know that a third party will be viable at a lower level for 24, but what I think you'll see as a first step toward that is people running as independents for governor or even Congress. I'm asked all the time, am I going to ever run to go back to Congress? If I did, I'd run as an independent. So I think in 2024, by then, you'll see people running as independents for some of these lower offices, which then I think will lead to the formation of the third party.
Okay. Independents in the third party. Do you think under Biden we'll have a cooling period in politics, or is there going to be, I mean, you've expressed concerns about what could happen after Inauguration Day. And of course, this year we've seen tons of political violence, a lot of it sprouting from Minnesota and kind of expanding outwards. Do you think that we're going to have a cooling period, or it's going to get hotter and the bridge between the right and left is going to divide for the people that are extremely politically passionate?
So I got two answers to that. I think the Biden 4 years is going to let America just frickin' take a breath. It's just going to let us breathe and get back to normal. Trump has been exhausting. So I think Biden's only serving one term, and it's kind of going to be, let's just everybody take a breath. But I'll tell you what, Judah, look at what we're going through right now. We have a president who is every day attacking our democracy. I hear from thousands of Trump supporters every day. They still believe Donald Trump is going to raise his right hand and be sworn in on January 20th. I think you're going to see a lot of anger and violence from people on the right, from Trump supporters. I think it's going to be an ugly, ugly period.
Do you think that the left will kind of rise up to meet them? Because that's when we've seen the most violence and pain, is when one side goes up to match the other and they clash it out in the streets.
You could see some of that. I don't think so. I think the left will be primarily focused on, once Biden becomes president, trying to get the things they want, trying to push Biden to the left policy-wise. I think that's where a lot of the left's energy will be. I worry about people on the right, Trump supporters, engaging in more solo acts of violence after Biden is sworn in.
Do you think that because the Republicans have become so fractured, that Democrats will have an easy time during the next 4 years for elections? You think that even though there'll be a cooling period, a lot of Republicans still won't be able to, many conservatives, like you said, probably won't or might not be willing to go back to the Republican Party. Some Republicans might, lose faith in their ability to win. Do you think Democrats are going to have an easy next few years?
Look, and again, I'll answer it like this. I think the Republican Party is no longer a national party. So it's become, Judah, a regional party. They will dominate in certain red districts and in red states. But because we're so divided, and the way we draw congressional districts is so fragmented in this country. And remember, after this election now, in the next year, we're going to draw new districts. So I think at the congressional level, no. Democrats and Republicans are going to still fight it out in the trenches when it comes to the House and the Senate. As far as the Republicans being a national party and ever being able to win the White House again, unless the Democrats absolutely blow it, the Republicans, I don't think, have a shot to get the White House again in my lifetime.
Wow. Ever at all.
Ever at all. And I'm not a
Wow.
super old dude. I still got some time left, Judah. Yeah, well, but I mean, Judah, think about it. So here's the Republican Party. It's breaking up.
Yep.
You've got the Trumpies, and say they're 2/3 of the party. And then you've got a third of the party are conservatives like me who left. Neither one of us on our own can win nationally.
Yeah.
So, and we're never coming back together. So I don't see how the party as it is ever wins nationally again. I mean, they lost the popular vote by 7 million people.
Yeah.
That'll never come back.
A lot of them will say, you cheated.
Right. Which is BS.
So you think that the split, I saw you talking about it on Twitter, and I think on your F Silence podcast, you think that split to a regional party it's done?
I think
not coming up. It's already happened.
Yeah. And Judah, I think it's happened and people don't realize it. I think it's permanent. Look at me. Even if Trump doesn't run again, say that Mike Pence or Ted Cruz or Marco Rubio or Nikki Haley becomes the Republican nominee in 2024. I've been very public. I will never support Trump, and I will never support any Republican who supported him. I'm not alone. So there is a big chunk of Republicans and conservatives who would never support a Cruz or a Pence or Rubio. So on their own, they don't have enough to win. My side doesn't either. Like if I went out right now and started my own political party, I couldn't win anything.
Yeah.
It's a cool time to be alive politically, Judah.
Yes, it is. It's very, let's just say, intense.
It's what it is, and I was saying this before Trump, this is a revolutionary time in America. I believe I called it like the third American Revolution. I said that years ago. I think we're really kind of having a real gut check time about what it means to be an American. This is going to be a rocky road for a while.
Do you think the people that have been boosted into political fame, like the MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell, do you think that they're going to have you said that the Republican Party has turned into a regional party. Do you think in those regions, do you think they'll still have a chance to hold political office for too long or at all?
Oh, yeah. I think the new Trumpy party, which is what the Republican Party is, they can thrive on a regional basis. I mean, they will dominate older white voters, rural America, the exurbs just outside of the suburbs. The Trump party will dominate those areas, and people like the MyPillow guy and all of these other Trump grifters, they still have a promising future.
You said that you don't think people should vote for the Republicans who've supported the voter fraud allegations and Trump himself. Is that under any circumstances? Do you think that those Republicans can redeem themselves in your eyes, or never Trumpers in any way?
No. See, Judah, here's what's important. I've been a Republican and conservative my whole life. If Ted Cruz and I just disagreed on border policy or tax policy, well, big deal. I could still support Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
But along comes Donald Trump, and he is an unfit dictator. He's everything our founding fathers feared. This is different than where you stand on taxes and border policy. And by the way, Judah, Ted Cruz and Pence and Rubio, all of them, they know that Trump is unfit, but they've chosen not to say anything. It's like the new dividing line, and it's permanent. If you supported this person who was unfit, then no, you can never, ever, ever walk that back in my mind and in the minds of a lot of conservatives.
even if they came out and fully renounced Trump and renounced their support, you think they
Too
could
late,
never?
man. Too late. The
Too late.
deadline, Judah, the deadline was November 3rd. They had to do that before November 3rd. And oh, by the way, look at what's gone on since November 3rd. Donald Trump has been trying to overthrow an election, and most of these guys have kept their mouths shut.
True. Most of them
Too
have.
late.
Yeah. What was it? Putin came out and congratulated Biden before Mitch McConnell did.
Yep. Yep.
So you think that conservatives have no future at all in the Republican Party?
No, I don't. I don't. Again, not in my lifetime. I think our only options, Judah, as somebody like me, a conservative who believes in freedom, free trade, opportunity, all the rest, my only options are to move over to the Democratic Party and to try to move them more toward the middle, or to be an independent, or to be part of something new. Those are my only options.
You think that's a viable strategy to pull Democrats over?
No, I don't. I don't. Now, some might, Judah, you will see some never Trumpers and conservatives joining the Democrats. Steve Schmidt, who's one of the Lincoln Project guys, he officially came out and registered as a Democrat yesterday. I can't do that because as a conservative, I have a very, very, very expansive view of freedom, and I have a very, very restrictive view of government. Those are views that don't have a home in the Democratic Party. I respect the Democrats a lot, and it's been a real honor to work with them to fight against Trump. But the way I think philosophically, that's not the way Democrats think, and it's not the way Republicans think anymore either.
You think they're both of those parties are too embedded in their own views to change much in either direction?
Yeah, look, and again, to get back to the policy, I'm basically pretty much a libertarian. I believe that you and me are free to live our lives. You leave me alone, leave my stuff alone. I'll leave you and your stuff alone. Government will stay over here and generally stay out of our lives. That's the America I believe in, Judah. And that's, again, respectfully, that's not what the Democrats believe in. It's not what the Republicans believe in. So I really don't have people who think like I do, don't have a home in either party.
True. When do you think is the soonest election that an independent party could win the presidential race?
Okay, so Judah, I think that in 2024, you have a real shot to have either an independent run for president or a third party candidate run for president who gets a surprisingly large percentage of the vote, 20, 30% or more.
30%
and
or
I
more.
think that could happen as early as 2024. And Judah, if that happened, that would be a political earthquake in this country. And that would instantly lead to the formation of, or the continued viability of a real third party. So I think in 2024, you could have an independent or third party guy or gal run for president, get 20 or 30% of the vote. And then in 2028, you could have a third party or an independent candidate become president.
As soon as 2028.
Absolutely. I think, again, I think we are living in a revolutionary period. Everything is so fluid right now. Look at how extreme the Trumpy party has become. That's created a real opening, Judah. If the Democrats move way left, you got a lot of people there in the middle by 2024 who want neither of those choices.
A lot of people on the left, they'll say that Biden is basically a Republican, and they'll say, oh, he's not really left, he's not really us. And then the people on the right, a lot of them will say, oh, he is a communist, literally working for China. And so, yeah, you're right. There's so many people that are left in the middle.
Right. And you know what's funny, Judah, is those people on the left and the people on the right, all of us who formed this weird coalition to beat Trump, we all kept our mouths shut and we kept our policy views shut. And we all got behind Biden only because we wanted to beat Trump. Period. That's all this was about. But now that Trump lost and Biden's president, you're going to see people on the left now saying, hey, all right, time for Medicare for all and free college and all this other stuff. So you could have a dynamic where there's real battles in the Democratic Party.
A third party, independent party. Do you think that would have any trouble if it, do you think it would have support from the right? But like from any of the people that currently support Trump or supported him earlier this year?
Yeah. So Judah, I think it will be a party formed by principled conservatives, moderates, independents, moderate Republicans, and moderate Democrats. I think that's the coalition. Moderate Democrats, moderate Republicans, independents, and some principled conservatives. And you may even eventually get some principled people on the left. But basically, you're looking at moderate Democrats, independents, and moderate Republicans.
You said even more principled Democrats. You think they would continue to push over and not stick with their party?
I think that's probably the last piece of the coalition that might come in. And they might come in if this third party new way begins to really get some stuff done. I mean, again, we're talking about neither extreme. They're both too extreme to get anything done. Most Americans want to compromise. Let's get some stuff done. Maybe if some stuff starts getting done, you'll see people on the left. But that would be the piece of the coalition that would be the last to come in.
There are still plenty of people that I'm sure will believe, third party is a wasted vote, independent and a waste of vote. Where do you think they will go? The conservatives that don't believe in a independent or third party, do you think they'll stick left or go right or just not vote? Do you think they'll drop out of politics maybe?
They may drop out again to wait to see if something comes along.
That's that 2028.
It's really difficult to start a third party and make it viable in this country. Both the two political parties have kind of set the rules, and it makes it really hard. But here's the cool thing about where we are right now. People are pissed off. There's a huge constituency out there for this. In my lifetime, Judah, I've never seen it like this. So the constituency is there. That's where it's going to come from. And again, part of this coalition will be people who kind of are tired of politics, tired of the extremes. Oh my God. Well, here's something kind of cool. I think they'll come on board.
We already touched up on political violence, but do you think that after these kind of next few months, you think it's gonna die out? Hopefully we don't like violence to die out forever, but that's not entirely feasible. But do you think that after the next few months, that it'll just kind of flatline? No?
Judah, I don't. And again, I'm older than you and I'm a dark Irishman. I really believe that our country right now is going through a scary, dangerous time. I don't believe that there is any cause to celebrate a sitting American president who tried to overthrow an election and a political party, the Republican Party, that tried to help him do it. This is just the beginning. As I look out there over the next few months and the next few years, This is a dark period in American history. I think it's going to get worse. I think it's going to get uglier. I think it's going to get rockier. And those of us who love the country, Judah, man, we got to stay vigilant and stay involved.
You think it's going to get worse?
Yeah, I do. Judah, I believe we are at the beginning of a fairly revolutionary period in American history. Am I saying that in another 10 years, there's another civil war coming? We're going to have people actually out there shooting each other? No. But I'm saying that this notion of, oh my God, is America too divided? Should we stay together? Hey, Judah, that's a real issue.
Yeah.
I was talking about this before Trump. Can America stay together? Should America stay together? This is a real conversation. We live in a country right now, Judah, where people don't understand each other. Trump supporters don't understand Biden supporters and vice versa. We don't understand each other. A lack of understanding leads to violence. So yeah, we're in for a violent number of years here.
Wow.
So let's end on a happy note.
Yeah. Let's try for something maybe just a smidgen happier. Do you have anything that you would like to say? I like to always ask people if they have any comments or anything they'd like to say to the people that I'd be reading interview.
Yes. So let me end on a more optimistic note. Everything I just said should bring you all down. I meant to bring you down. But my God, how boring it would be, how bad it would be to live in a really boring time. This is an exciting time in the history of this great, good, decent country. This is a time, again, we end where we began. A lot more people are engaged and informed. That's a damn good thing. I don't know how this is all going to shake out, but the American people are more involved now. That's a good thing. Young people your age, Judah, man, I could die tomorrow, and I've got great faith that you all are going to carry the baton to whatever America looks like in 100 years. You're going to make it look better. So I don't know if the United States of America will remain the United States of America, but whatever it becomes, it'll be a pretty cool place.
I think that is all of my questions.
Cool, Judah, you're good, man.
Thank you. I'm gonna try and put this into a YouTube format as well. Do you want to, I can put stuff in the description, obviously, but do you want to, shout out all of your links or?
Let me just say that if you want to follow me on Twitter, follow me at Walsh Freedom. And I'd love it if you subscribe to my podcast, F Silence. Go to fsilencepodcast.com. fsilencepodcast.com. That's all.
Perfect. All right.
Cool, man. Thank you, Judah.
Yeah, thank you.